Yo! What's good, y'all? It's Project Man. This is officially the start of us uploading 3 videos for the next 30 days, ending on April 23rd. And today is March 23rd. So, I thought the first video we should do, like I said, 3, for those who don't know, 3 uploads each day for the next 30 days. So, upload number 1 is right here, right now. So, you might hear some background noise, ignore that. But here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the segment that I went and watched back because I had guitar lessons, but it was the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns segment. Now, I'm not going to go over what was said. I'm sure if you're clicking on this video, you've already seen the segment between them, the face-off. And here's what I have to say about it. Dude, it was lackluster and underwhelming. I'm going to keep this maybe under 10 minutes of my kind of brief thoughts on it. But yeah, it was not it, bro. It was just one of those things that I had no formula going into this. I ain't have no notes or nothing, so everything's coming off the cuff. But bro, it was just one of those things where it was like, man, it wasn't good, bro. And it wasn't good because of this. It was not good because if you look at the way The Rock has hyped up like this, I feel like The Rock has honestly been carrying this WrestleMania build because honestly, if you look at the way that The Rock has built this up, if you look at the way that he has added some fuel to this fire, made this tag match, or at least made his business feel really important, it has gotten personal with Cody, but then you see what Cody has to respond with, and it's just not as, it's not bad, but it's not as strong. And then you get the face-to-face with Roman and Cody, and you thought, okay, they're finally putting some focus on the actual main event, because let's be honest, everybody's been talking about what The Rock has been doing, but nobody has really been talking about the main event that they begged for, Cody and Roman Reigns Part 2. But the face-to-face wasn't good. It was like mid on both of it. Roman did pretty good, but Cody, I don't know if he was off or what, but it just wasn't it. Like, if you guys seen it, and you can disagree if you want to, but I just feel like there was not substance behind anything that both get, or like Roman had some stuff, but Cody, it just wasn't enough like substance to really be like, man, selling you on the match. Now, I don't know if this is due to creative. I doubt it would be due to just lack of creativity on Cody and Roman's part, because I feel like they would want to, fuel this matchup, but maybe creative just wanted it to go that way. I don't know, because it just wasn't it. Like, for a segment that you were waiting for as the last segment, you thought they were going to really put in the work and they were really going to sell the match. And I feel like with this WrestleMania season coming up, it's just, there's this lack of urgency of like, let's make this feel like WrestleMania. I mean, if you go down the card, there's Bailey and Io who, at least they have a story. They're doing some angles. But then you look over to Becky and Rhea, and let's be honest, really no memorable promo, no memorable back and forth. Nobody got personal. There's nothing that's really making this feud feel like I have to see Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch outside of just their names and the value of their name. That's literally what's selling this match more than an actual story that has the title in between it. So it's one of those things where like they're just not really kicking it up in a lot of aspects. Jimmy and Jay haven't been kicking it up on their aspect, and you would think in their end they would really have something, even though the way they kind of got to it as far as Jimmy being a heel is kind of, or as far as him turning on his brother, even though that was kind of convoluted, you would have thought, yeah, at least they would have had something, but they just didn't, man. But yeah, the segment last night, like I said, it just reminded me of just the lack of urgency to make this feel like it's WrestleMania, because why is The Rock the only one that's making it feel that way, doing these 20+ minute promos where he's firing shots, he's adding the comedic part of it to make it more entertaining, so that you're not just watching him talk about a story or talk about this, talk about that. He adds his own spin and personality into it to make it more entertaining, as opposed to him just sitting there telling you a story that you kind of already know. But I just feel like he's been the one that has really been carrying this WrestleMania build, and I don't know why, Triple H or whoever is booking these people like this to just say kind of not really much of anything to really try to sell us on this match. Like, how does Cody go from being so aggressive and saying that he's coming for the bloodline a couple of weeks ago, and now he gets to the bloodline, he's not coming after them. He's, matter of fact, still shaking Roman's hand. And one could say, why is everybody making a big deal out of just a handshake? But the thing is, if he's already been down this road with Roman Reigns, and he's gotten screwed and all this other stuff and for the family, you know what I mean? If he's gotten screwed like this, then you would have thought, okay, at some point, like, they're gonna really have Cody be more upset, be more angry. And then, you know, people aren't gonna say, you know, Cody doesn't necessarily have to be that super edgy baby face, but I feel like if you're gonna have the superhero style baby face, they need to have edgy moments. And this is one of those, or times that they do need to turn it up and be more aggressive. There's nothing wrong with being the superhero style baby face and hero of the story, but you do have to have a angrier side to you that, nah, like, until I win that title, we're on a mean streak, you know what I mean? We going out for the kill, you know what I'm saying? We taking out the bloodline. We're going to make sure that the bloodline can't even interfere at WrestleMania because I got my boys with me and you got your boys with you type, you know what I mean? But it's just, I don't think there's that urgency of like, wow, this is like the big WrestleMania. You know, that's another thing people are thinking about. This is supposed to be the big WrestleMania main event. What has either guy done on their end in the buildup of this? Like I said, the standout performer in terms of promos and buildup has been The Rock in all this. You know what I mean? So for everybody saying, oh, The Rock's interfering with the plans and he's ruining WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. Ironically, the same people saying he's ruining WrestleMania are the same people who are coming to now say, oh, wow, he's actually doing what he initially said. He is indeed saving WrestleMania, because if you look at the booking for the last month or two, we have not really gotten anything that's like a standout promo or thing like that outside of what The Rock has done. Now, Drew has, you know, to his credit, has been doing great work, but even then, we've already seen him and Seth so many times, so you're really trying to sell us on that. Other than Drew, yeah, he should win the title, but outside of that, there's nothing really selling us on that match because, again, we've seen it. It's like there's not really much they can say different on the promos because this is the third time they faced each other. Second time they faced each other this year. Third time that they faced each other, at least since this current version or character. They faced each other multiple times, but if you want to go with this variation of their characters colliding or clashing, this will be the third time they faced each other. So hopefully, WrestleMania 40 is like one of those days where on paper it looks good, but if you look at the build, The Rock has really been the only one that's done anything massive. You know, you can give Drew some credit for his good work, but unfortunately, he's trying to build up a match of a guy he's faced 2 times already. But yeah, hopefully that, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they do another face-to-face or what, but as far as selling this rematch, you know, because you can't just make it finishing the story again, you know what I mean? Because we did that last year, so now you have to change up the story. Okay, The Rock's involved. Okay, cool. We got some moving parts going on. Okay, let's expound on that, you know? I feel like Cody should have been more aggressive. He should have been really trying to cook up Roman Reigns, really get underneath his skin, really make the tribal chief, at least emotionally, feel vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? Cut deep. But that is not what we did. You know, we just kind of played it safe, said some stuff to him, and extended his hand out. But I don't know what's going on. I do know one thing. They do have to, with the, like, what, 2 weeks they got left, they got to have something that's really selling us on this main event, because the tag match has pretty much been sold by The Rock, but this main event that we have, our very last match, night 2 WrestleMania, it's not it, bro. And that face-to-face should have been much better. And I was honestly watching it back, and I was surprised that I was like, and I remember watching it as I was watching it, as it was going. I'm like, okay, it's got to kick up at some point, right? Like, this is no way that, like, this is all they have for their main event of the second night, which usually is the, you know, real main event, because it's the very last match of the entire WrestleMania PLE or pay-per-view as a whole. But yeah, they got to do better. Said I was going to keep this video under 10 minutes. I could go longer, but they got to do better than this, bro. Cody needs to cut deep. We need the aggression because, like I said, you don't have to be aggressive all the time, but babyfaces do need time where they have an aggressive period until they achieve their goal, because Cody can't lose this again. He shouldn't have lost it last year, but he can't lose this match again, because, again, with Roman, it's just, okay, it's just more competition he cuts through until he breaks Hulk Hogan's record. And then with Cody, we're just going to get the same finish the story BS, you know what I mean, for the rest of the year. So he's got to go ahead, win that title. Hopefully they can get us more hype for this, but I appreciate y'all, as this is the #1, the first video as this 30 days go on. But I'll see you on the next project. Out. Peace. Like, comment, subscribe before you head out. Peace.